It was performances like these by the late Kumu Hula Nui and his men of Waimakuna that brought down the house of the Merrie Monarch Hula Festival in the early to mid-1980s. One of Lupe Nui's dancers was a young man by the name of Keoni Nunez. Today, Nunez is a Kumu Hula, and his halau is competing in the Merrie Monarch Hula Festival this year for the very first time. Nunez's halau is called the Men of Kapuwailani o Nohi Nohi Ula.
And it's actually the name of a rainbow. And there's one line in the chant, Keoni Nunez, Keoni Nunez, Hokumayai, Kapuwailani o Nohi Nohi Ula, and then that talks about the rainbow, the pathway of the gods, Kapuwailani o Nohi Nohi Ula. And in essence, it means the sacred waters of the peace of the rainbow, but the kauna behind that is it's the sacred waters of the beginning.
Nunez began dancing with Lupe Nui in 1977, and it is because of his long-time relationship with Lupe Nui that many are looking towards his halau to offer a style similar to that of Waimakuna. Nunez admits there will be some similarities as he passes along that which he was taught.
I think the philosophical end of it is something that is intangible, but still carries on. The physical end of it, as far as looking at the hula, will unmistakably have a taste of Waimakuna because I had been dancing with them for so many years, and the uwehe and the kaholuki uwehe, all of the steps, the ku'is that we use, is all steps that I had been taught. And so it is reflective in the hulas.
But he says while Lupe Nui's influence is strong, Nunez says his style of teaching is very different.
Daryl was limited by his physical size, that he couldn't go up and do motions as well as he would want it to be done. And so I can do that. And although I make them run over and over again, if there's any question, I can go up and show them exactly what I want. He couldn't do that. And I try and keep the things as traditional as I can. And also I try and really instill the same stylization that was started by Waimakuna back in 1976.
Preparation for the Merrie Monarch Hula Festival began months ago for the men of Kapuwailani o Nohi Nohi Ula. Since the beginning, they have been holding intense practices several times a week, and these are real workout sessions, complete with stair climbing and hundreds of sit-ups.
I think it's really important that there's a balance between the hula as done in a physical way and the learning of the culture, but there has to be that balance. I can teach them how to do things, I can teach them certain philosophies that I've learned over the years, but in order to carry that out in its proper fashion, you also need that physical part. And so I make them do a lot of things that normally I don't think any other halau does.
You can expect to see a very traditional look from the halau on the Kahiko night of competition. Their dress will be very traditional, and the look will include tattoos. And yes, some of those tattoos will be real ones. Nunez and several members of his halau will sport real tattoos running down the length of their leg. Other members will paint on designs. While the real tattoos are applied in the modern style, the design is very traditional. Nunez says it was not an easy decision to make.
It takes a while to make a decision like that because it's lifetime. For me, anyway, it's a commitment to the culture. It's a physical commitment. You can see it. People would question it. People might be kind of disturbed by it at times. But it's a commitment to the culture. I've always shared whatever I would be doing with the Halau members. So in talking over, several of them said that they were interested in doing that. So I told them, really give it some thought because it is a commitment. And it joins us together because all of us have one particular design that is on all of our tattoos. And so it is a real solidifying force. And we'll be joined together for life, in that regards.
Assisting Nunez in preparing for the Merrie Monarch are two other Kumu Hula, John Kuimikawa and Chiki Mahoy. Mahoy's Halau has taken home trophies from past Merrie Monarch festivals.
Ready, palm.
They are using their years of experience as Kumu Hula and Merrie Monarch competitors to help fine-tune the men of Kapuwailani o Nohinohi Ula, and Kuimikawa made chant with Nunez at the Merrie Monarch Festival. The three Kumu Hula go back a long ways, all with ties to Daryl Lupe Nui.
All of us were with Daryl, at one point in time, and I don't see it as something that, I'm not doing it to be spectacular or anything like that. But you see, Daryl wanted to go back into the Merrie Monarch one last time, and unfortunately he passed away before that could be completed. So we're doing the performance out of respect to Daryl and in memory of him, and that's something that I know that he wanted to do, he wanted to accomplish.
Nunez is very serious about his teachings, and he emphasizes that he is not a competitive Kumu Hula. And while he is proud and honored to be competing in the Merrie Monarch, he says,
Merrie Monarch is a one-shot deal. You perform once, and there's a whole lot of variables that might go into making the performance fantastic or a whole blowout. And a lot of it is the emotions that go on during that night, everything.
The men of Kapuwailani o Nohinohi Ula, a newcomer to keep an eye on.